We're clicking from an offensive standpoint and playing well enough on defense to really make that surge as a football team. And I think we had some momentum at halftime. We were making big plays. Defense was stopping them just enough. And I really liked where we were at halftime. And in the second half, things played. I mean, I think our coverage unit did a good job covering. But from there, we turned the ball over, backed up, put the defense in a bad position. And from there, things just kind of unraveled. And it's unfortunate because I liked where this football team was coming. And we're a team that's growing up and maturing, and my big thing is that each week we get better. Each and every week we improve from week to week, and I'm not so sure we did this week as a football team. And I'll final that after I review the film and watch it. But that's my goal. I want to get better, improve, and non-conference games you want to sharpen you up for when you get into conference play. And I think that I was seeing some very encouraging things, but again, the second half just wasn't like us. It was uncharacteristic of our football team, our program, and things just unraveled, and that's frustrating from me. And I hope that the team gets clear on what we need to do from here on out. Of what we need to do, but they do a good job running the football. Midwest, Big Ten football, it's a power run game, 4 yards, and eat up a lot of clock and mix in some play action pass, and they did a solid job of that. And when the other team makes some mistakes, you oftentimes you win those games, and I think. Credit to them. They have a solid team, and I just wish we would have been more competitive in the second half, and it would have been a more exciting football game. But it is what it is.
Tackling seemed to be a major issue. They were just carrying you guys.
Yeah, we knew that coming in. Big, strong backs, 235 pounds. Number 35, I think. He had a nice day, 27, Cobb, I believe. But they ran hard, and they're averaging 4 yards, 5 yards a carry, and we need to do a good job gap control, holding our gap. I got to review the film to really see the bigger picture, but we need to shut that down, and we're okay with that if we can really shut down the play action pass. And I think there was one in the first half that just right down the middle that hurt us, and we just need to do a good job of running our feet, open field tackling, and that's an area that we can improve on.
You had a couple shots early in the game deep in their own territory, but couldn't score a touchdown. Does that really hurt your momentum?
The 4th and 2, I'm kind of a go-for-it guy. I like to go for it, and maybe sometimes that hurts in the bigger picture, but we did go for it, and they got us. And I'll see where the hole was, if we hit it the right point and all that. But, you got to credit them. They stepped up and stopped. We could have got a field goal. But, yeah, it would have been nice it's always nice to come off the field with points. But even with that, I thought we kind of swung that momentum around as we got closer to halftime. And I thought we were in pretty good. We were playing good. We were playing pretty good. We were moving the ball. I think we had them on their heels in the secondary, and they're trying to play man press coverage, and we hit them big. And we got them into more of a zone coverage, and we hit them big again. So they're back on their heels trying to stop this quick strike passing game, and all's good until you shoot yourself in the foot as an offense, and you just can't do that. And so we just need to mature and grow up. But I will say this, I'm proud of the wide receivers. Guys stepped up without Noel, a 2-time captain for us and a leader of that group, Chandler and Jabari, Billy Freeman, our tight end, Kyle Nunn. I thought those guys stepped up and played good, and, of course, David getting the ball to him. But that's the big thing. I was encouraged by that group. We missed Noel Grigsby, kind of a heart and soul of our team, but the other guy stepped up, and when one Spartan goes down, another guy or two got to step up, and I think we did that.
Noel, is he out for the year? Is that?
Well, we'll finalize that, I think, early this week. Yeah, we'll go in and get it checked on and see what the best option to go, but I think I'll have a better answer earlier in the week on that. Yeah.
What was it like for this offense? I mean, obviously today the offense wasn't the problem, but what was it like having that offense out there without him?
Well, I think the nice thing about our offense, Billy, and I told the guys this, and I told the team, the offense this as a unit, we're not geared towards an individual per se. We're more concept oriented. So it's the players, it's the system, and guys will get open, and it's about the quarterback going through the progression as opposed to seeing, oh, I like this player, I'm going to go with him on this play. It's more you got to go through the sequence, the progression that we asked the quarterback to. And so David did a good job working through his progressions for the most part, and guys were in the right place at the right time and made plays. So I think that's why it clicked.
In 3 of your 4 starting linebackers, and then both your starting safeties are first-year starters. Is right now, or is that some growing pains that we're seeing that their inability to stop the run?
Yeah, definitely. And interesting, I was looking at the number of seniors on offense just this week, scanning, thinking about recruiting and targeting and all that thing. And I was looking, boy, we're going to have a lot of guys back on defense next year, which is a nice thing to have that, but also means you're younger. And as you mentioned, a lot of those first-year starters that are playing, and they're growing up fast. And I couldn't think of a better way to grow up. You know, I just you play 2 good power run teams in a row, Stanford and Minnesota, and our guys got to learn, and they'll be physical coming out of these 2 weeks. We have to be, and they just got to grow and improve.
What was it like being out there without him?
It was my first game pretty much without him out there, but I mean, we had a couple young guys who needed to step up this week and who took on a bigger role, and I mean, our offense had to kind of take on a bigger role without a leader like that on your team. I mean, it's a big loss, but we've been through a lot of adversity. I mean, especially the 22 seniors we had since we've been here. So just having to people having to step up and step in and play big roles. I mean, something that we're kind of used to now.
How tough is it for a game when the offense plays so well and you guys weren't able to spend enough time out there on the field?
I mean, yeah, that's tough, but I mean, there's a lot of different things that we could work on and improve. I mean, for instance, on offense, we had a couple drives where we ended up having to punt or turn the ball over, and I mean that's frustrating. But there's something that you can always learn from that, and there's things that we need to fix and do better so that next week we could come out and produce more.
You got Utah State next, I mean, and they are the one team that really handled you guys well last year. What will this week be like now coming off 2 big losses, looking ahead to a team that really played you tough last season?
I mean, week in and week out, it's a big game for us. I mean, we kind of say that it's a big season. Every game is a season in itself, and this week, yeah, is big coming up. But just like every week, we got to have a lot of focus, and people gonna have to come in and get film work or do whatever's necessary so that we can be prepared as best as we can to go out there and play. And again, we gonna have to have guys that step up and make plays for us, and we're gonna have to just get out there and play. So.
Did Minnesota change up its coverage or do anything different there in the 3rd quarter to slow you guys down?
Yeah, I mean, coming out of halftime, they made a few adjustments. And they were still playing man, but they were just switching a few things up with their safety help and stuff like that. But I mean, coming out, we kind of came out and shot ourselves in the foot early, and we just can't come out in the second half. We got to come out fired up just like we were early in the game and just get drives going and keep playing, because we came out in the second half and kind of shot ourselves down our leg. But
Keith, defensively, you guys had a tough time being able to slow down that running attack. What was going on there?
I think just most of us on defense just got away from our fundamentals. It wasn't anything like they did any tricky stuff or anything we hadn't seen. Just didn't stay disciplined to our fundamentals, and something that we could definitely work on.
It seemed like a lot of times you guys were in position, just couldn't make the tackles. Is that, were these guys just tough, physical, tough to tackle?
That's what I'm saying. It's just came down to fundamentals. Tackling is just one of the biggest parts of the game. You can be in position all you want, but if you can't tackle, then what does it do for you? You know, something we got to work on come this next week and going into Utah State.
You've got a lot of young guys on that defense. Is that part of it right now? These young
I feel like we have some mature younger dudes, so I wouldn't say that. But I mean, the lack of experience does affect us a little bit. But I mean, we're a mature group, and I feel like we're just as capable of doing what we can to play to the best of our abilities.
When the offense is having such a good game, how frustrating is it for the defense to not be able to come up with the stops to get them back on the field?
Oh, it hurts because I mean, just like what we play the game for is for each other, and when you can't help the guys on the other side of the ball, it's frustrating, and feel like you let them down in a way, and it's just something that we got to work on. It's just coming together.
This is Bene Benwikere and the David Fales kid. Bene is one of the defensive backs.
This is the type of offense you guys don't see much of. Barely ever passing the ball, just constantly running the ball with the big physical guys. I mean, what were the challenges this team presented for you guys?
Just a challenge. I wouldn't say it was really a challenge. I mean, we hurt ourselves in the fact that not everyone was reading their keys on every play. We pointed out at halftime alone, we pointed out a lot of mental mistakes where guys weren't just reading their keys. Not only like the rest of the defense, myself, we all understand that we weren't reading our keys. Coach talked to us about it, and we were hoping to come out and make those corrections, and those corrections just weren't made after halftime.
Especially their quarterback seemed like he was, anytime you guys initiated contact, was able to get 2, 3, 4 extra yards. How tough was he to try to deal with and try to stop?
Well, I mean, he was just a different quarterback. We knew that he was going to run the ball. Once he came in, he was running the ball. We knew he was going to run. I mean, per se, I really didn't get a ton of hits on him, but I know when I got to hit on him, I know he's a taller guy, so it makes you want to tackle higher. And since he has old linemen that come behind him and push him, I mean, he's going to get those extra yards. But I definitely know when I gave him a nice little hit, I mean, he's just long, so he's going to be able to stretch forward.
The fact that he's a freshman and you don't have much film on him, I assume, does that make any difference at all? I mean, as far as preparing for his running or
He's very similar to the first string quarterback. I mean, just more so you could tell that when he's in, he's looking more to run the ball. So I can't speak for the whole defense as per se. Like, I understood and I knew myself that he was going to run the ball. I constantly tried to remind guys, like, he's going to run the ball. He wants to run the ball. I don't know how much that sunk in. I don't know, what to do. I know everybody has their own responsibility, and if they play the responsibility, we get them down, then that's where it goes. And he's going to fight for extra yard. He's a tough competitor, and that's what he did.
You guys had got it to within 3 at halftime, and then defense comes out and gets the 3 and out. Then unfortunately, you guys got stuck with the short field. How much did that kind of swing of you guys felt like maybe you had some defensive momentum after the 3 and out, and then short field and they get a touchdown and they go up? How much did that kind of knock you guys?
Definitely was a big momentum swing in the game. I don't think it knocked. I mean, them actually getting points out of it. That's what became the momentum swing. Defense, when we went out there with the intentions we're going to stop them again. We knew what they were going to do. We knew that they were going to try and run down the ball. So when they tried it, we just came after it, and like you said, he was able to lean forward for some extra yards and end up in the end zone another time. But we had no expectation or no doubt that we were going to stop. That we were not going to stop him. We all believed we were going to stop him.
David, the offense got going pretty good today. Not the result you guys want, but you talk about how the offense was able to really kind of generate its best day of the year.
Definitely the first half we had some rhythm and we were hitting all the throws we wanted and kind of got the looks that we expected and we were really quick in the first half and we were able to run the ball a little bit, put ourselves in some good situations. Our line did a good job. Some of those young receivers came in, stepped up. Timmy and Tyler Winston at the end. Jabari, Kyle, Chandler made some huge plays today, and the line did a good job.
What was it like for you playing without Noah up there? I mean, I know he's such a good target for you.
Yeah, just his presence as well. It's definitely tough. Yeah, it's tough, but you got to kind of just keep moving forward, and that's what he would want, and other guys got to step up and fill in for him, and they did. I feel like we have some guys who can do that with Kyle, Jabari, and Chandler. We just need Tyler and Timmy to keep coming, and they are. So, but obviously, when you lose a player like that, it's tough.
Knowing that season might be done, career here might be done. I mean, how tough do you feel for that guy if he's not able to find a way to make it back?
Yeah, it's tough, and it's tough for the whole team, and yeah, it's sad to think about and talk about just because you know who Noel is and what he wants and how it affects him and just the relationship he has with everybody and what it means to him. So yeah, it's really tough, and we hope all works out for him, and just got to keep going.
It happened so late. I mean, it happened the day before you guys leave here. I mean, it wasn't something you guys, in terms of game planning, you weren't really able to prepare. You'd already done most of your game prep before you got hurt. The offense obviously played well without him, but did it take a little while to kind of shake off the fact, maybe over the last day or so, shake off the fact that you weren't going to have him out there?
No, once we find out, it's like, okay, what do we got to do, and who's got to fill in for him, and just move some personnel things. But yeah, just with our just off the field, it's tough to talk to him, and but we wish him the best, and he's still part of the team, and he still has a great influence on a lot of the young guys and the whole team. So we still need him, and we're gonna keep going.
You had a couple of shots early in the game, deep in their own territory, but couldn't come up with a touchdown. Is that pretty deflating to try and?
Yeah, and yeah, definitely. It's been last couple of games. We'll get down the field and it's the red zone, and that's just, we just gotta finish. It's gotta be a mindset, and we gotta want it more, and just be smart. And we got down there, and they switched it up a little bit, and I probably could have thrown the ball. It was tough. They gave us a good look, and they had a good defense on. So yeah, but definitely when you move the ball down there, you need it against a team like that. You got to score.
Typically you gain confidence from games in which you win. This one, is this something that even in the loss, the way that the passing game looked, especially in that first half, as well as it looked, that you guys can probably still gain a little confidence out of this game?
Yeah, but with me and a lot of the veterans that we have on the offense, we know what we're capable of. So it's not shocking. We know what we can do and what we need to do. It's just being consistent. We can't have that pick that we had in the third quarter. Just little stuff. We got to be more consistent. Again, against good teams, you can't have those 3 and outs or a turnover and put the defense in a tough situation because they're gonna score off it. So yeah, it definitely is. We getting those younger guys in with Timmy and Tyler. We got to get them going with the loss of Noel. So that's definitely a big confidence booster for those guys. But we know what we're capable of. We just got to be more consistent.
On the interception, on the one they threw to Carr when he got deflected, was he? Do you think you probably should have looked somewhere else? Was he too covered, or was that? What was your take?
They're playing 2-man. It's tough. Everybody's covered. They got 2 safeties high, and there's man on everybody. So it was tough. I should have hit him a little earlier or ran the ball, but even they got a spy on the quarterback, so it's tough to run the ball because that's what you'd like to do versus 2-man. Nobody's got the quarterback, but in this case they do, and they took away the slant with the spy and getting to Jabari a little later. It's just tough.
When you guys surged in halftime, did you feel pretty good at halftime? Did you guys think you were going to win this game?
Yeah, definitely. Felt like we could really do whatever we want. They came out in that 2-man at the end, and we made a couple adjustments, and I felt like we were moving it in the fourth quarter. It's just, again, that pick and we had some big penalties that put us back in second and long, third and long, so that's tough too. But yeah, you give them that ball on their end, and they're going to score, and it puts yourself in a tough situation. So I felt like we still had some answers, and it's about being consistent.
The line gave you a ton of time today. I mean, there was, obviously on those deep balls, you were able to just sit back there and let those play develop. So was that another positive you can take out of this game, that the offensive line probably played its best of the year?
Yeah, definitely. They did a good job, and Minnesota's a little bit more base than the last 2 teams we've faced in terms of their blitzes and the different stuff they bring at us. But the times they did bring a blitz and weird stuff, they did a good job. So yeah, the line did a good job.
It's got to be encouraging with Utah State coming up since obviously we know what happened against Utah State.
Definitely. We got a lot of veterans there and a lot of experience, so we're ready for it.